kids, Youth Pastor Jack Childenhoff here again. I've got my Bible, so you know what that means. It's time for another Sing-Along Songs for Jesus. Today's song will be about your growing body. He's still working on me to make me what I ought to be. It took him just a week to make the moon and the stars, the sun and the earth and Jupiter and Mars. How loving and patient he must be. He's still working on me. There really ought to be a sign upon my heart. Don't judge me yet, there's an unfinished part. But I'll be working just according to his plan, fashioned by the Master's loving hand. Babies are born with almost no connected neurons, so that they can save space so their heads can fit through their mother's birth canal. Even so, they're born with a sin nature, and will need God to forgive them for being born worthless sinners who deserve hell, just like you, without Jesus' wonderful salvation. Babies don't deserve to live. God's proven that with clap and SIDS. They have a sinful nature, that's why Catholics stab their heads, while Jesus lets them smother in their beds. How loving and patient he must be. He's still working on me. When children are young, they can't tell the difference between fantasy and reality, and they can't reverse their thinking, or many other things that you can't get until you're an adult. So let's make sure that we can teach them about God and put the fear of hell into their hearts before they can begin to question Him. You kids will burn in hell for all the sins you do. Unless you ask forgiveness, you are nothing more than poo. Mistakes, they are required just for learning to begin, and that is why learning is a sin. Older kids are naturally struggling to understand social dynamics and acceptance. Let's make sure to fill them with guilt over anything that is popular, calling it satanic, so they won't be able to function socially outside the church. You know, Jesus is way cooler and way more fun than video games or Harry Potter. I mean, why not? Make sure you don't fit in. Acceptance is a sin. Be not of the world, be sure to only dwell within. If anything is cool, you will probably be damned. Just give a Christian side hug to your dad. Teens have parts of their brain literally shut down, along with a serious flood of hormones, causing them to pretty much be on a drug trip until their late 20s, and naturally feel the need to rebel and have sex. God's holy word tells us what to do with these confused teens if they continue to misobey. It's stated clearly in Leviticus, take them out and stone them. Let's make them all feel guilt for the sin of lust. Don't teach them evolution, tell them man was made from dust. If you are not a virgin when you make your marriage bed, gay AIDS will give you cancer in the head. And when you grow up and are saved, just go to church on Sunday. You can be a hypocrite, all you need to do is pray, as well as read your Bible so long as you're not a gay. He's got us down to a T, but he's still working on me. So remember kids, God made you incomplete and stupid, incapable of thinking for yourself, or incapable of making good decisions on your own. You should just listen to your preacher and trust him instead. Yet he made you in his image. Isn't that wonderful? Just because God made you with limited mental capacities and natural drives and the need to make mistakes to learn is no excuse not to feel guilty about our mistakes. That's because our ancestor, Adam, sinned, making all of us worthless sinners who deserve death and torment for all eternity and would without God's gift. goddamn monkey.